We'll see what James does as Webb does a 114.6. James beats him instantly 114.2, so maybe we could even get into the 113s here. We'll look further back to Techno, who has traffic just ahead of him, getting out the way, and now a bit more traffic there, almost impeding him, but just makes it through. See what James can do. I mean Techno, sorry. See, we come up to the last corner, finds his braking mark. Maybe goes a little bit deep there, but nothing too bad. We'll see what he can do. Can he beat James? Yes, 114.0, so not quite a 113, but we're definitely getting there. As Maxi goes P3, 114.3, so could be getting into the 113s for Techno here. He's a little bit wide through the final corner, but allows him to carry a bit more speed maybe. I think this will be an improvement, and indeed he does improve, but only by a few hundredths. So still no one in the 113s. As Webb actually goes P2, so James demoted down to P3 now. See what James and Webley can do then. Webley does not improve. We'll see what James can do. 114.146 just makes it across the line. So looks like Techno is secured on pole unless we have someone else improving, which I don't believe we do. But here we go then, watching the lights at Laguna Seca. We'll see who gets a better start between these three. Looks like Techno getting away well. Webley putting a little bit of pressure on James here. Going to be maybe looking for a move around the outside into turn 1. I'm expecting chaos into turn 1. It looks like there is a bit of contact, with drivers actually managing to keep it clean as James makes his way into the lead. So making it past Techno there. Good move from James. Going to be too wide in the background going into the corkscrew. That cannot possibly end well. Looks like they managed to make it through mostly okay though. James pulling a bit of a gap there as Webley goes a bit wide. Now coming under pressure from Kanye. Kanye getting forced out wide. Has to back off. So James just controlling this race, but Techno is following closely after him. We'll look back to our leaders then. Looks like James has caught right back up to Techno, thinking about a move into the corkscrew. He's asking to work together, but then just sends it up the inside anyway. We'll see if he backs out here. No. Maybe looking to hang it around the outside, but Techno shuts the door. So these two, well, they should really be working together, but James was looking for a move there. We'll look further back to them. It looks like Dev, Kvyat, Jen, and Kanye still involved in this battle. So Kanye able to get back involved. It's like Dev, oof, little bit of contact there with Kanye. Dev going to be covering the inside here. No, does let Kanye have the inside. Kanye makes a move but misses his braking points. And Dev gets the switchback on him. But Kanye is still going to have the inside here. These two fighting away. This could be good for Kvyat. Could maybe get away from them. And Jen now took that opportunity there with Dev going a little bit wide. We'll look to Wakey now. Because Webley's pitted, he's got clean air. So we'll see what the gap is. 4 tenths between James and Techno. And then 8 seconds back to Wakey. So those two are just in a class of their own. Looks like Techno went a little bit wide. Neither of these... Oh no, I take it back. James into the pits then. Does well to steer it into his pit box. So James pulling the trigger, going to be looking for an undercut here to get him back into the slipstream of Techno. And we'll see if he loses out. Indeed, he gets passed by Wakey, who's yet to pit. And we have this pit exit that actually gives you a little bit of an advantage here as you get the inside into turn 1. It's like James cutting the pit exit for some reason. Not sure why he's chosen to done that. It's going to give him a massive slowdown. Big mistake for James. That could put him well off Techno. And indeed Techno pits, and I think he's going to easily stay ahead with James making that mistake on the pit exit. Jen, ooh, gets a switch back on Dev. What a move from Jen there. Dev just backs out, making the sensible decision, but Jen really solid move into turn 5, getting the switch back. It's going to be coming under pressure into the corkscrew though. It looks like Dev just heating up his tyres a little bit. See, the gap between Techno and James is absolutely massive now, so I don't think James is going to have enough time to catch back up here unless he pulls an absolute blinder. Just making that mistake on pit exit, cutting the pit lane exit and getting a massive penalty as a result. Surrounding the final corner, starting the penultimate lap then. James running out of time to catch up. We'll see what the gap is. 4.8 on that lap is now 5 seconds, so Techno pulling away from James. No chance for James to catch up. So looking like a win for Techno here. Speaking of those two, going side by side, Jen forcing him out wides. These two are definitely not working together. It's like Jen's gonna be leaving the door open here, maybe looking for some sort of switchback. No, carries the speed around the outside, so Dev fooled into parking it on the apex, but Jen just goes all the way around the outsides. Will be vulnerable into the corkscrew though. See if Dev can do anything here. Sits behind him, so maybe still trying to work together here as we start the final lap. And Dev thinking about a move but has to back out. Although gets a much better exit, gonna put him on the outside of Jen here. Bit of door banging there as Jen forces him out wide. A bit of dirty driving from Jen there, you'd have to say, just forcing Dev into the CC. To the corkscrew as Techno crosses the line to win. We'll be watching this battle though. Dev just goes wide and not looking like he's gonna get the place on track. It's like Weblu Wakey crossing the line, and we have side by sides in the backgrounds. Roxy just able to get the position over Kaviak there. Be looking for the lights then here in race 2. Techno and James are your front row, of course, as per qualifying. See who gets the better start. Looks like Techno gets away decently. James hot on his heels though, looking for a potential move around the outside here. James, just tries it up the inside but forced to go out wide again. Gonna be looking to go all the way around the outside. He gets a decent enough exit to keep him ahead of Weblu. Kanye was looking for a move there but forced to back out. Wakey making his way back up into the high positions again, proving that it was not just a one race fluke. But Techno then leading this one, and once again James hot on his heels. James gonna have to learn his mistakes from race 1 here and try and stick with Techno this time. Viak looking for a move into turn 1, gets it done nicely, parks it ahead of Maxi. Gonna have the inside for the next corner and pulls ahead of Maxi then. But James though hot on the heels of Techno, looking for a move on the outsides. They're going side by side through the corkscrew. James forced to back out but sends it up the insides. These drivers not working together here. James maybe going to be looking for a move around the outside into the hairpin as Techno just consolidates the position. Techno coming under threat from James once again. James on the outsides, squeezing him as much as he can. Going to get run wide on the exit. He's going to still have the inside for turn 3 though, and gets ahead of Techno here. But Techno with the better exit, he's going to come back at James here. They're still side by side. Techno is going to have the inside for turn 5, but no, backs out, looking for a move on the outside this time. Maybe a switchback here. Unable to get it done though. James parking it nicely on the apex. And Weblu has come into this by these three fighting, and if they're not careful, could see the pack behind also catching up to them. Wakey could be looking for a move here on the Maxi. No, stays behind, although Kanye making the move on Wakey but misses his breaking point. Manages to get the job done though. So Wakey dropping lots of positions here. As Kvyat muscles his way past, and he now has Jen on his inside too, but just fully turns in on Jen there. Not sure what he expected. So Wakey may be losing his head a little bit, losing lots of positions there, but we'll look back to our leaders then. Looks like Techno is still on the defensive against James, but James gets the switch back. Gonna put him on the inside for the corkscrew. They're going side by side. See how this ends. Looks like James breaks later, is able to get the job done. But this battle certainly isn't over yet. Jen still side by side with Wakey, maybe looking for a move around the outside into the final corner here. Ooh, gets the cut back. Just pushing Wakey slightly there. It's going to give him the inside for turn 1. They're going side by side here. We'll see who comes out ahead. The Am driver and the Pro driver, Ferrari and Corvette. Jen with the inside, but Wakey carrying lots of speed around the outside. And they are making both of them going past the Lamborghini there. But Wakey now on the outside. And they're still side by side. 3 wide now in fact. Wakey sensibly backs out. Kvyat looking for a move on the outside. But Wakey's going to get the cut back on both of them. And this is going to invite Dev into this battle. So I believe this is the fight for P6. We have 5 cars involved, and they're still 2x2 Noah's Ark into the corkscrew. It looks like Jen is just going to manage to come out ahead there. But Kvyat has to back out, avoids hitting him. We'll see what the gap is. 9 tenths on that last lap. And it's now 1.1, so James out of the slipstream from Techno. We'll see what James can do, whether he can pull away or if he falls back into Techno's grasp. Webblue and Techno into the pits then. So Techno looking for an undercut on James, who stays out. And this is going to be a really important lap for Webblue. He's going to be praying, Techno, sorry, going to be praying that he does not come out into any traffic. It's like James just exiting the corkscrew now. Surely he's going to pit this lap, go onto the softs, cover off the undercut by Techno. And indeed, James does enter the pits. It's going to be a critical pit stop for James. Looks like he gets it done well. It's going to be interesting to see where Techno comes out relative to James. You know, last race, the undercut really not working out for James. And you can just see him there exiting the pits. I think it's going to be close. Techno's going to be I think not quite going to get it done. But James will be on the cold tyres here. So Techno might have a chance to just catch up slightly. Well within the slipstream here now. James going to have to put on a strong defense. Coming into the corkscrew. Techno just showing his nose. Maybe trying to unsettle James there. But not going to have any effect on James. One of those drivers that can really just keep calm in any situation and avoid mistakes. Techno is on the limits here, and he thinks about a move, but that was never on. You'd have to say too far back, and the door just gets closed, and he's pushed into the slowdown. Gonna put him a little bit far back. So Techno running out of time to get this move done. 6 tenths the gap. Slipstream should work in his favor to get him onto the back of James, but you know, catching up is one thing, overtaking is entirely another. And James, I think, got a slowdown there. So Fortune falling on Techno then as James gets a slowdown. Techno getting past. Not really how you want to see an overtake being made, but it is what it is. James though looking for a switchback. And gets the job done. He's going to have Techno right on the back of him. Techno does not go for the move here, so biding his time as we start the final lap. James covering off the inside. They're going to be going side by side into turn 1. Through the flat corner, they're pushing each other, not leaving any room here. James does have the inside, is able to maintain position. Techno running a little bit wide there. Techno running out of time to get this move done. Few major overtaking opportunities to go, but Techno goes wide, and that could be it. That could be the race over. Techno making that mistake, might be too far back now to catch back up and make a move. It's certainly gone down to the final lap here, but James was just able to keep his cool. Techno making that little mistake that cost him severely, and James taking the win here in round 5, sprint 2. But we'll look further back. Looks like Kanye's got the podium, but Wakey and Maxi gonna be going side by side. It's gonna be a photo finish between these two. We'll see who gets ahead. Looks like Wakey just pulled ahead there. Close finish between those two. Wakey, an impressive debut result, securing a P4.